Good afternoon everybody and welcome to the broadcast of this match between the Queensland AFL and the Victorian Amateur Football Association. My name is Andrew Leonard and joining me in commentary today for today's game is Will Ralston. It's a very good afternoon to you, Will. I'll let you introduce where we are. We're north of Brisbane at a new facility. It's a fantastic facility, but it is a bit of a hike out of Brisbane.
It is a hike, Andrew. Welcome to Burpengary. It's the Burpengary Regional Sports Complex. It's actually a fantastic facility north of Brisbane that the Brisbane Lions have played a couple of pre-season matches at before, and the NEAFL in particular. I think Brisbane are playing the Gold Coast up here next week in the NEAFL, which will be exciting, and it's magnificent facilities here. So it's a blustery day here in Burpengary. We noticed in the last game that the left side of the screen is going to be the scoring end usually, given the way the wind is pushing, but it's a bit swirly. It's difficult. Once kicks are high up in the air, they're going to be hard to read today.
Looking forward to this one. Of course, these two sides have not met at a senior level before. The VAFA has travelled up in the past to take on various representative sides from Queensland at both under-19 and under-21 level. The first clash between the two competitions or combined representative sides at senior level will be today. The VAFA have played one representative game at senior level earlier this year. They played that in the pre-season AFL Victoria Metropolitan Championships, with the VAFA coming out on top and winning that game against the very strong Eastern Football League. I'm not sure if the Queensland side have had a chance to play together in representative football and when that last might have been at all. Maybe
not this side in particular. I think it's a few new names playing together today, as we saw Cameron Howard win that toss for the VAFA. They're going to kick to the left hand of the screen, that all-important goal scoring end, as I mentioned before.
I was out actually in the middle of the ground earlier at half time of that clash before between North Queensland and South Queensland, and the wind was, if anything, was a cross breeze coming right into our faces here in our broadcast position, Will. So hopefully that means we'll see plenty of play on this side of the ground. So you mentioned Cameron Howard, the captain of the VAFA from the Queensland side. I didn't catch who that was.
No, I didn't quite catch who it is either. I might have a look at my team sheet here.
Of course, Steve Daniel, the coach of the Queensland side, and Simon Lethlean is coaching the Victorian Amateur Football Association side. Simon Lethlean has a 100% record so far. I think this is his 6th match in charge of the senior side. He's won all his previous 5 to date. So looking forward to this one. Keane, Williams, Overman, and I didn't quite catch the 4th player coming to the bench for the VAFA. And for Queensland, their bench players, Simon Seddon, Nathan Quick, Jamie Hackett and Adam Boone. Good to see one of the field umpires being sun smart out there. It is sunny conditions. He's got his hat on as we get ready for this clash. It's the VAFA and AFL Queensland here from Burpengary, just north of Brisbane. Umpire bounces the ball in the middle of the ground, sure to go up in ruck there against Hare. 0-0 draw really. First clearance might come out the back here for Queensland. They do work it out through Russ, who got a hand pass sideways, but it was chopped off by Roach, who hacked a kick forward. Here's Ambrose for the VAFA. Wheels around, wants his right foot, has a shot at goal, kicks to the top of the goal square. Chance for Cruz coming through, just punched through for the first score of the day. It's a minor score off hands. The VAFA on the board. They're 1 behind 1 point. Queensland to bring it back in.
That was a really impressive spoil by Daniel. Had to do well, and he does, but that's a dangerous effort there by the Queensland player. I think it was Tomlinson. But it's going to work out. This is Spackman. Left foot kick forward. Chopped off by Townley. That's gone out of bounds just on the right forward flank for the VAFA. So we'll have a boundary throw in here. The two ruckmen, Shaw and Hare, going head to head. So Shaw for Victoria. Turns it over. This is Hare, 4. Deemed a throw by the umpire. So it's going to come back to Victoria, and they're going to set up as they go inside 50.
So short kick is a good one to Roach. Gives the hand pass off to the running Howard, who kicks long from outside 50. This might go all the way. It does! It's the first goal of the day. The skipper, Cam Howard, gets it for the VAFA, a long-range effort. And that's a good start for the VAFA, 1-1-7. They get the first inside a couple of minutes. We've gone a minute and a half here at Burpengary.
What a devastating left foot that was. 55 metres out, he didn't even hesitate to take the shot, and that with no one in the goal square. Very good option. So it is the VAFA. I'll just call them the VAFA today for convenience sake. They are 1-1-7, leading Queensland yet to score. So Hare and Shaw. Hare wins it down. This will go forward to Queensland. Bursting through the traffic there. Right foot kick forward to the flank. No one can take the mark. But that was Bilton going up against his own kick. Dropped inside, forward 50. Well done there defensively by Victoria. Bit of space here, but it's been turned over again. This is going to be Kinch. Tries to find a teammate. That's a good kick. He's got Russ. Lachlan Russ just outside 50, looks inboard. That's gone over his head. His target in 4. And it's going to go to Hilton.
He can relieve to the outer side of the ground to Cruz, who marks wearing the bright orange boots. Goes by hand to Nick Wynn, the old Xaverians halfback flanker, premiership player last year. Beautiful pass down the line to Rice, and Rice sends it inside for the VAFA. Up towards the Handley direction, punched away from him. At the fall, the ball chance for Williams. Scott might get there first, he does. Hand pass back towards Roach, just outside. He goes by hand to Scott, back to Hilton. Hilton runs to 50, steps around 1, delivers to the goal square. But this time, Queensland were marking the last line of defence, and a mark is taken as they relieve now to Kinch at halfback.
So Kinch handballs off as they rebound outside 50. His target's Wadsworth. That's a high tackle. So he's going to get the ball back. Townley wanted it. So Shelton looks further down the line. Goes under the feet of his teammate in Aby. So Wynn has a teammate in Zimbax. And right in the centre square, this has opened up beautifully for the VAFA. Roach could take a bounce, but he goes inside 50, and that is a wonderful pass. And this is Matt Handley for Old Xaverians, and he's going to have a set shot about 40 metres out.
So Handley, for our Queensland viewers, is currently leading the goal kicking in the Premier section of VAFA. He's kicked almost 500 goals in almost a decade at Old Zavs. One of the star forwards of the competition, and I think this is his 10th representative match for the VAFA as well. So
takes his kick. Matt Handley straight through the middle, demonstrating that goal kicking accuracy for us today here in Burpengary, as he puts the second on the board for the VAFA. They are 2-1-13, Queensland yet to score. It's going to be a tough day at the office for Ryan Johnson, you'd think, up against a player of that quality. Johnson, of course, from Morningside. Almost half the Queensland team is from Morningside today.
So I guess even if they haven't played together as a team, there's quite a few familiar faces out there for each of the players.
Bit of chemistry out there for them at club level.
Back in the middle here at Burpengary, beautiful bounce by the umpire. Shaw got the knockdown. Williams got a little kick out of the pack there for the VAFA. Up towards Croft. He just managed to paddle it forward. Chopping it off there was Russ, though, for Queensland. Shaw got a hand pass out to Roach, running past. Goes a little side kick out towards Cruz. He's wedged up against the boundary. Fields end just dropped the hand pass from Cruz. Hand pass back inboard to Roach. Runs to 45, kick partially smothered. Gathering though, Ambrose off to Paul, and Paul puts through another one for the VAFA.
Well, it has become quite an intimidating start now for Queensland. Just so many attacking options once you go inside forward 50. We saw a couple of handballs there by Roach, really setting up some avenues towards goal, and just constant pressure, constant harassment, and you feel like they're just going to be able to kick goals if they keep providing that sort of pressure. So Tom Paul kicks his first. He joins Howard and Handley to kick the third goal for the VAFA. Queensland yet to get on the board. So in the middle it's going to be Hare and Shaw to contest once again. Shaw wins it down again. Hilton doubles back, does well, finds Tardif towards the flank. Strong mark in front of the Queensland defender. So this is going to be Wynn, following up his own ball. Will that stay in? Just. So tough position here, but he might have a shot. Croft centres it. Handley, strong mark. That combination is devastating.
Beautiful pass from Croft, wasn't it? Just kicked it to the space and Handley was able to get on the end of it.
So Matt Handley, as you said, Andrew, leading goal kicker down for his club side this year. He's kicked one today. He's just squeezed it through, so he's kicked his second. And they're running at about a goal every 2 minutes at the moment, Victoria. It's going to be hard for Queensland to stem the flow at the moment.
Well, at the moment they just haven't been able to get past centre half forward. Queensland, even if they get their hands on it at the first contest, they're invariably chopping it up, or the tackling pressure of the VAFA is causing a turnover.
Yeah, not many uncontested marks so far from Queensland. They've been really up against it so far.
So let's see if they can try something here out of the middle. Play on. Hare got the knockdown. Here's a chance now for Queensland through Boone. Kick goes up towards centre half forward, but Miss Campbell marks unopposed. Got it to Tardif by hand, who got it to Zimbacks, the two Collegians players waxing together. Kick went out towards the wing and fields end. Just got caught with the football, but got his kick away. Hilton might get there first. Putting a good shepherd on there was Cam Williams. Hand pass back inside for Keane. He went back towards Zimbacks on the outer side of the ground. Kick goes around the outer side to Keane again, who got caught with the ball, and will have a free kick for Queensland on the outer side of the ground, holding the ball.
So this will be Wadsworth. They might have a chance to finally control a bit of the tempo here, Queensland, because they haven't so far. That's a wonderful kick by Wadsworth to find his teammate in Matthew Logan. Not much presenting. There's only one teammate inside forward 50, so they're going to have to chip it backwards. His target's inboard if he wants them. This is 4. Samuel 4 from Morningside. Goes even further back, so they're losing ground here at the moment. Truella to set it up from the defensive centre square, through the middle, handball. A couple of teammates combined. This is dangerous. That was Daniel, turned it over. VAFA to rebound. Oh, look at Handley. He's got a hectare of space. He can take as long as he possibly likes. Handley to kick a third, drops the mark, doesn't matter, pops it through. Far too easy for the VAFA as they go out to a 5-1, 31-point lead.
Well, it was the turnover in the middle of the ground that cost it, and the VAFA hitting back hard and scoring quite comfortably in the end. Just that extra possession in the middle when maybe they needed to get a kick forward. It'd be interesting to see, though, even though it's a 5-goal lead at this stage, whether that breeze, how much of an impact that's having at ground level.
It definitely did favour the left hand of the ground in the last match, but it's hard to mount a case for Queensland. They have not looked anywhere near competitive enough so far. When they have the ball, no one's spreading, no one's leading, no one's creating any opportunities. So that has led to the 5-goal lead so far, as Shaw wins this one for Victoria. Sorry, it was Williams. But Queensland are able to send it forward for the first time today. I think that's their first inside 50. Running back is Townley. Oh, it's a little dribble kick in front of goal, but it's going to go through for a behind. That was Logan. And that's the first score of the day for Queensland.
So they're on the board, the Queenslanders. Kicked into this near side, out towards Williams, and he takes the mark. Plays on immediately, wants his left and gets around. Rice is on the wing. Can he take the mark? If not, he gets the free kick anyway. The mark is paid. So he's off now. Comes around Rice, sends it up towards Handley already. They've got a number back there, Queensland dropping back. Cruz might get to the ball first, slaps it inboard, beautifully done to Paul. Paul dribbles a kick towards goal, but didn't quite push it out enough, and it goes through for a minor score. 5-2-32 the VAFA, Queensland 1 behind. Paul, 1 goal, 1 today.
Oh no, and it's been chopped in front of goal. This is the last thing they need. Tomlinson, can he keep it in? Just. Nathan Quick from Broadbeach. Little chip over the top. So what can they do? It's just hard to find any available options as that goes over the head of his teammate in Wadsworth and it travels out of bounds. So the VAFA running around in the big V today. It's great to see out there on the Burpengary Regional Sports Complex field. So we see a ball in. Just favours Victoria, and that was Overman who's able to put it just to the edge of the 50. Running back with the flight were a few Queensland players, particularly Askey. Ball spills out the back to Spackman. Handball over the top. This is Boone. Can he create something here? That's a great tackle. And the VAFA are not giving an inch. Well done, Overman.
Yeah, it's an extra second that they're able to create by getting into space, the VAFA, and conversely, the pressure they're putting on, denying Queensland the time and space. Knocked over the back by Shaw, although it's Queensland with the numbers coming through there. Spackman couldn't quite gain possession. Scott on hands and knees trying to burrow it out. Attack forms right on the 50 and we'll have a ball up at centre half forward for the VAFA.
Every disposal by Queensland has been pressured, hasn't it? They have not,
absolutely, yep.
No comfort whatsoever. The tackling pressure is immense from Victoria.
Big knock by Shaw, came out though, chopped off by Queensland. Russ got it hand pass back towards 4. And they paid deliberate here, the umpire, for that hand pass towards the boundary line. So Howard to take the free kick for the VAFA.
So Howard, the captain for the VAFA. A lot of Queenslanders here, they should take this. Handley did well to chop it off, but it should be rebounded through Hackett. Dangerous. What's happened here? The umpire spotted something. It's a 50-metre penalty, I think, for the initial mark. So running forward is going to be Brock Askey from Currumbin. Umpire's going to call him back. So he has Hackett wide if he wants him. No, Hackett's running off. So Askey goes further forward. That's a good kick. He can play on here, Bilton. Long kick forward, couple of targets, but the only one that went up for it was the Victorian defender in Wynn. And they can rebound pretty comfortably.
They do so to the outer side of the ground, ends up with Tardif. Short kicker's okay towards Zimbax. Zimbax hand pass is back inboard to Roach, who kept running past. He got it to Cruz. Cruz delivered over the top of the head of Ambrose. He's up against the boundary here with Derrick for Queensland. Derrick does well on that occasion though. Wins it out, hand pass away to Boone. And Queensland have worked this out of defence well as they clear up towards the middle of the ground. VAFA with numbers though. Townley takes the mark, plays on immediately, kicks it inboard, up towards Handley, backing back. Might get a free kick. No, said the umpire, play on. Well done there from Tomlinson, who spun out of trouble and back in. And Queensland are going to clear this beautifully now through Boone.
Boone looks for a teammate, just finds him in Reece Power.
This boundary umpire, this is one of the tallest boundary umpires I've ever seen.
You're right, I think he's got a rucking
giant
career. Spackman bursting through the middle, takes a bounce. Cheeky little handball. And they're just starting to combine a bit here, Queensland. Maybe
getting their hands on the ball more, aren't they?
Just finding their feet. I think throwing that extra man back has really settled the nerves a bit. So Power. Back to Boone. Inboard. This could open up here. Kinch. His teammate is Tomlinson. Back to Kinch, but they're running backwards. Derrick. Further wide on the edge of the 50. That's a good mark to Lachlan Russ. And he decides to find a teammate closer to goal. And so this will be a set shot, 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. I have a feeling it's Ryan Johnson from Morningside, so a couple of Morningside players linking up there. So Johnson, it's a difficult pocket to take a set shot from. Let's see how he can do. Looks all right off the boot. It's drifted across the face. No, it wasn't all right at all. It's drifted well across the face, out of bounds on the full. They need a goal soon, Queensland, just to settle the tempo, make them feel a bit more comfortable, because it's all been Victoria so far.
Howard has it in the back pocket. Kicks a good one to the outer side of the ground. Got it to Fields' end. He went back inboard to Win by hand. Runs this way then that and sends a long kick down the line towards Hilton. Flew for the mark, couldn't quite bring it down. Well done by Derrick for Queensland, and he's won the ball back for his side. It ends up with him now. Kick around the corner was a poor one though. Chopped off by Hilton. Hand pass came out from Ambrose. Got it to Roach. Roach over the top, and look at this, the space again. Croft takes the mark right on 50, plays on and drills a goal. Lovely goal from Harry Croft. the VAFA get their 6-2, 38, 37-point margin now after 16 and a half minutes in the first term. Queensland one behind 1 point.
Yeah, the skill level is just a class above for VAFA. That is a wonderful finish from Harry Croft. Right outside 50. They've kicked a few goals from outside 50 today. He kicks his first goal of the day. Becomes the 4th goal scorer for the VAFA. Of course, Matt Handley scored 3. Other singles to Howlett and Tom Paul. Queensland yet to find an avenue to goal. So doing the chop out ruck work for Queensland is Ben Merritt. He goes up here, wins that tap down. But bursting through is Zimbaks. Puts it high to the flank. A couple of players underneath it. That's a great mark by Croft. Just kicked the last goal. Here's the captain, Howard. He bangs it long. Well read though. Well done by Derek. And he can throw that through for a rush behind, taking them to 6-3-39.
So Tomlinson kicks it to himself. Comes to this near side. It's a good kick to find a teammate there in Boone, who takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50. His kick inboard was a dangerous one, but it's good enough to find his target there in Merritt. He goes backwards across the face of goal to Derek. And he goes further to the outer side of the ground, and now they've got numbers on in the middle. And this has been good kicking by Queensland, just to hit up targets. Kinch's kick, though, was smothered partially by Hilton. Under pressure now again, the Queenslanders. Good tackling, going through Keane, gathers the football, hand pass out there. Roach trying to get in there as well. And a free kick's been plucked out, going the way of Queensland. Not
Going
quite
Queensland's
sure what that was
way.
for. Yeah. Maybe just getting him a little high in the tackle there. So, free kick for the Queenslanders. Kick comes out towards Merritt. Plays on immediately, over the top here for Boone. He's going to run onto it now. Boone gathers on the bounce and then sets it up towards the pocket area. Good kick in the direction there.
Just went out.
So my view's slightly obscured here, but
I'll take over then, Andrew.
Good on you, Will.
That was Boone there on the boundary line. He's been pretty good for Queensland so far, one of the few. They might just win this clearance here. Seddon was underneath it. Boone makes the tackle. Oh, sorry, here's Boone now to make the tackle. Could turn this one over. Plenty of Queenslanders there if they want it. Ball spills free. Here's Spackman to meet it. Scott was there for Victoria. Spills through. This might just work out. Power. Reece Power from the edge of the 50. Good pass. Was that a high tackle? Umpire says no. And it's going to be a boundary throw in 30 metres out from Queensland's goal. So the ruckmen stay in the centre of the ground. A couple of forwards and defenders go up for it. It's a strong tackle there, and it's going to be a ball up just inside 50.
knocked out by Shaw, down to Scott, got it back towards Williams. Williams' kick around the corner was to the other Williams in the side, Cam Williams. Couldn't quite complete the mark. And pack forms will have a ball up just to forward of centre, or at centre half forward here for Queensland. A goal here will just give them a bit of a lifter before quarter time. Here goes Roach, hand pass over the top for Scott. Quick hand sideways towards Field's end. Win rather. He kicks on the left. Down the line, up towards Shaw. With him every step of the way is Daniel. He's taken over the boundary line, will have a throw in.
I've just found out from Liam Dettering, a journalist up here in Queensland for the NEFL, that Paul Shelton from Morningside is the captain of the Queensland team. So thanks for that correction, Liam. This boundary throw in might go the way of Victoria, but there's plenty of Queenslanders there to meet it. Turnover. Keane on the left, inside 50. It's a poor kick though. Queensland to send it back. That was quick. Now, Power didn't have eyes for it, and the umpires pinged him. So Win to run away with advantage. Kick inside 50 if you don't mind. Rice had plenty of space. And he has so many options, he's second-guessing himself. I think he should just have a shot from here.
Distance is the only question, really. The man on the mark stands at about 40 metres. But he does have the breeze, I guess, at his back.
So this is Joel Rice, representing Old Carey. to take the VAFA's lead out to beyond 7 goals. It's a tumbler, won't carry, and it's been spoiled through. So 6-4-40 to Queensland, 1 behind. It's a convincing scoreboard as we reach the 22-minute mark of this first quarter.
So Queensland long down the up the middle, big kick it was, but Townley goes back and takes a comfortable mark. Switches play across to Win, who marks, wanted to go, but instead is held up. A few players creating leads. Kicks long to the goal square. This has got a big distance on it, but punched away by the Queensland defenders, and we'll have a throw in the left forward pocket. VAFA leading 6-4-40 to Queensland, 1 behind. 22 minutes gone in the first quarter here of this representative match at Burpengary, just north of Brisbane. Thrown in the pocket, Handley takes clean possession. His kick was smothered off the boot, couldn't quite get it out there. Queensland do well here through Spackman. The pressure's immense though. Handley went again, couldn't quite get it. Shelton got a little hand pass out. Boundary line, or does it get rushed through eventually? It did go rushed through behind. 6-5-41, the VAFA, Queensland 1 behind. It's a 40-point margin, 23 minutes gone, first turn.
So long down the line, this could spill free to Bilton. Spinning out of trouble there is Hare, but he's been tackled strongly. Players want holding the ball and they're going to get it. Maybe a bit harsh there on the big man, Ben Hare. It was a very quality tackle. So to send this back inside, it's going to be Townley. Good spoil there. Umpire deems it touched. Queensland a rebound. Spinning out of trouble. Russ. Handballs to no one. Might have to follow it up. That was Derek. And that is Kinch, but the tackling pressure is immense. Handley holding the ball. Queensland's way. Play on advantage. Off they go. Quick on the outer side. Good kick. Finds Logan. Back to Quick. Logan. They're going nowhere in particular. It's been smothered out of bounds. That just sums up this first quarter for them, really.
Yeah, even when they get a bit of a break, Queensland, they can't quite get it clear, because immediately VAFA players like now, they've got clean possession out the back here, but the pressure, they're just getting worked further and further backwards as they're corralled. Spinning out his way out of trouble, Derek, and bounced off that tackle, got his boot to ball, but again the implied pressure forces him to kick it out of bounds on the full field's end to take the free kick. He's got Roach inboard, but he goes further inboard towards Townley. Hand pass to Howard. Howard was going to be mown down, so he got the hand pass away, chopped off there by Hare. And Queensland now turned it over to come back towards this near side. Williams did really well in the contest on the wing. Hand passes backwards there to Zimbacks. Zimbacks kick around the corner towards Ambrose. Ambrose uses his body well, then tries to go check side towards the top of the goal square. Handley might try and soccer this through. He does get a boot to the ball, but it hit the behind post, and we'll have a throw in the left forward pocket.
So even with that spare man down there, they're still really struggling to get it out of defence with clean possession. So a boundary throw in right next to the behind post here. Handley in the ruck, uses his body well. Queensland have a few numbers there. Shelton was there, the captain. Spackman. Strong contest there with Quick. That's Paul who picks it up for Victoria. Handball goes back. Scott. A couple of teammates combine. That's going to travel out of bounds as well. So 25.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. The VAFA still with a 40-point lead.
Thrown in. Williams doing the ruck work for the VAFA. Hilton on hands and knees, gets it out to Overman. His left foot kick is okay around the corner, but it's marked by Kinch from Morningside. Is it 10 players from Morningside in the city? One of 10?
There's plenty.
Kick is a good one, and a good mark taken there too by Ben Merritt from Surfers Paradise. His kick inside is okay too. Back towards Kinch. Who has the mark at half back. This is where they've been breaking down, Queensland, struggling to get it past this line of defence. Truella takes the mark, gave it back to Kincher, ran across the ground, kick over the top of it for Derek, gathers it on the bounce now. Kick inboard is okay for Tomlinson.
So Kinch kept running, that was good football. He's got Daniel on the wing, but right here, they are not able to find a free target. So this is typical Queensland football at the moment. Coming to meet it was Wadsworth. The ball spills out the back. Plenty of bodies there, and it should just be balled up just wide of the centre square. Yeah, there's not much happening in forward 50 for Queensland. Once they get to a wing position, it's a long bomb forward, and the VAFA are good enough to send it back every single time.
Well, it looks like there's no loose men behind the play as such at the moment. Everyone's just got a man throughout. Here go Queensland again through Hare. Hand passes back inside there for Johnson. His kick's a good one. Play on as the kick came down the line from Seddon, but the mark is chopped off at half back by Townley. Kick goes towards Scott. Scott wants to come right across goal. Dangerous kick, high kick. Williams is under it though, and he takes the mark. This is Sam Williams from D. La Salle. Kick around the corner was good for Hilton. And they're using the width of the ground well. Hilton's kick was back inboard towards Paul. Paul gathers the football though. He's stripped of him there. Good pressure by Seddon. Queensland have turned it over. Well done. They've got to make a go of it now as they've got the ball in the middle of the ground. Good tackling there. Hand pass out sideways from Askey. Kick comes sideways. They've got the numbers here again, the Queenslanders. Through Wadsworth. Kick over the top. Punched away by McQueen. Miss Campbell will have a boundary throw-in.
So there couldn't be much time left. 28 and a half minutes gone. This first quarter at Burpengary. Still the VAFA by 40 points. It's been a dominant first quarter, particularly the first 5 or 10 minutes. They were kicking goals at will. Big bump there by Askey. Well done there by Bilton. He's at the bottom of the pack. He could get pinged if he's unlucky, but the umpire wants to see it bounce. So, one down there by Victoria. Another ball up. And there's the siren. So 6-5-41 for the VAFA, lead Queensland 0 goals, 1 behind and only the 1 point. 40-point lead, and Andrew, that was pretty one-sided.
Well, it was, and I guess we'll find out when the second quarter gets underway how much the breeze favouring that scoreboard in had an impact. But 11 scoring shots to 1 suggests that the VAFA are just a class above at this stage of the game. Goal kickers for the VAFA. Matt Handley, the old Xaverians forward, has 3. Singles to Cam Howard, who kicked the first of the day, the skipper. Tom Paul from Old Melburnians and Harry Croft from Collegians make up the VAFA's 6 goals, and just the sole behind so far coming off the boot of Matty Logan for Queensland.
So we're going to leave you here from Burpengary. We'll see you in about 5 minutes after the quarter-time break in this representative match between the VAFA and Queensland. See you after the break.